Okay, so today I'm going to teach you how to win your fantasy football league. Everybody loves fantasy football. Everybody plays fantasy football. So today I just want to teach you about how to, hopefully do better in your league. Hopefully win your league. Hopefully win you some money. So I'm just going to give you some pointers on how you can advance yourself next season. The first step is draft a running back. There's a lot of really good wide receivers in the league. There's a lot of really good quarterbacks in the NFL. A lot of quarterbacks. There might be 15 to 20 quarterbacks that are all going to be within about 20 points of each other. Whereas there's not a lot of dominant running backs. There's not a lot of running backs that you can guarantee will get a lot of touches. So the first thing I would tell you to do is draft a running back. Now you're not always going with the running back that runs the ball, as much. You might go with the running back that catches a lot of passes out of the backfield. There's like Devontae Freeman. You can Ezekiel Elliott. There's a lot of these guys. Last year was James Conner had a good year. Le'Veon Bell, Saquon Barkley. There's about 5 really good running backs, and then maybe 10 to 15 you're going to want to get involved with. So the first thing I tell you to do, grab one of the running backs before it's too late. The next step, grab your top receiver. Once you get that running back in, let's go ahead and grab your receiver. You're generally going to start 2 quarterbacks and 3 wide receiver, or 2 running backs and 3 wide receivers. So once you get at least one dominant running back, let's go ahead and get your dominant receiver. Guys like Julio Jones, Antonio Brown, Odell Beckham Jr. This year you might be looking at guys like Jarvis Landry as well, guys that play in the slot, maybe catch a lot more receptions. But there's a handful of guys you're going to want to get your hands on. Michael Thomas, there's a lot of these guys that you just want to make sure, Amari Cooper, that you nab at least one dominant guy. And the second and third receivers, when you finally take them, maybe look for guys that play in the slot, guys that get a lot more receptions. Even though they might not get as many red zone looks, get guys, they get the ball thrown their way often. To me, I always aim for Julio Jones, best receiver in the league. The only problem with Julio is he has a tendency to miss a few games a year. So you got to be careful about that. Look for guys that have good durability. I'm not saying go Julio. I'm just saying, go with one of the top wide receivers available. The next thing, for the next pick, after you've got your top running back, you've got your top receiver, evaluate your number 3 pick. If there's an elite running back available, maybe a David Johnson, Le'Veon and Zeke will probably be taken by then. But if there is, perhaps a elite level running back left, take them. You're going to start 2 per week. You want to have 2 dominant running backs on your team. Take them. You're going to need them. That way, your third running back on your bench can just be more of a rotational guy, maybe a Tevin Coleman. Somebody that might not get you 25 touches, but they have a big playability. So with the third pick, I tell you, take the next elite running back if they're available. If not, take the next elite receiver, maybe a Mike Evans. Take a guy, maybe for the Falcons, a guy like Calvin Ridley. That might be a place where Jarvis Landry is still available. Just take the next best receiver. Doesn't have to be elite, but take as good as receiver as you can get. Somebody that's guaranteed to get you 10 to 15 points a week, and you'll be in good shape. Next, for number 4 pick, grab a quarterback. This one's quarterbacks will start to go. I might go a little bit earlier, but you'll be all right. You don't always have to take, the Tom Brady, the Ben Roethlisberger. Guys like Matt Ryan are generally available a little bit later on. And they're going to produce for you just as much as anybody else. So take your Matt Ryan, take even guys like Dak. You got guys like Baker was available late last year. There's a lot of options available. But generally a 10-team league. Each team starts 2 quarterbacks. Maybe it's 20 quarterbacks taken. There's 32 starters in the NFL. So you don't have to jump on one, immediately. Just make sure you end up with at least 2 quarterbacks that can get the job done, and you'll be in really good shape. That'd be my recommendation. Get your running backs, or get your dominant running back, take a dominant receiver, then take best available. Then let's worry about your quarterback. Let's make sure you get two quarterbacks that are going to throw the ball a lot. Maybe a Phillip Rivers, Jared Goff. Just a lot of options out there that are all going to produce the same. You got your elite Tom Brady's, your Patrick Mahomes, but for the most part, everybody's going to produce about the same. There's about 20 quarterbacks. They're all going to be pretty close to each other. So just take the best available, do the best you can. Then you can worry about taking your tight ends and finishing out your roster. Take running backs that catch the ball in the backfield a lot. Take receivers that get a lot of touches. If it's not big plays, take your slot receivers. Get guys that get a lot of catches in the slot. Make sure you have at least an extra receiver, an extra running back, an extra quarterback on your bench, an extra tight end, and play matchups. You don't want a lot of players from the same team on your fantasy team. That when they have their bye weeks, you'll be in big trouble. But if you do those things, I think you'll be in pretty good shape winning your league. Good luck.